So the first thing we're going to do, guys, is just put some liquid white on it. Now, the trick with liquid white is you don't want to put a whole bunch of it on. I think I said that last time too. What I usually do is I kind of start making a couple X's and then I just crisscross around and just make sure it's all full. And then sometimes I'll take a shop towel afterwards and just kind of lightly go over it to get any excess off. Because you just want it underneath to kind of, like I say, make you slide it around so it moves. So if you guys want to do that, let's put our liquid white on it right now and we'll start with that. And you could use a 2-inch brush. Probably that's the easiest and quickest one. See, we got our 2-inch brush, and then
that's a paint brush. That's a house brush.
It's the size of it. And see, what I do is I kind of start in the 4 corners. I just kind of put it on, and then I just kind of work it into the canvas. So see how I just go back and forth with it? A little bit more in the middle here.
Already on my hands. Already.
You did what?
It's already all over my hands.
Oh.
Why were you touching it?
See, what I do once I get it all crossed in like this is I'll just kind of go up and down the canvas, kind of like Karate Kid, wax on, wax off, and then I go across it like this. And I don't know, hopefully you guys saw, I didn't put very much on there. You don't want a full bunch, just enough that it gets kind of wet. And if you look at your canvas, if you see any dry spots, just kind of go into it and just kind of work it in.
Did your niece make it, Tammy? Did your niece make it?
My daughter just made it in with her friend, so I'd already put the liquid white on there, so they're
your
up to
daughter made
speed now.
It's your daughter. I thought it was your niece.
No, my daughter and her best friend.
Oh, how neat. Oh, good.
Cool, they're painting with us too?
Hi.
Okay, and then you don't want to, and you don't need to worry about your brush, you guys, afterwards. If we're gonna, you just keep it dirty. You don't have to clean it out. Just leave a liquid white on it. And a way to tell if you have enough of it on here is if you put your finger on it, and then look, you should be able to see your fingerprint through it still. You guys see that? That means you have the right amount on it.
Like that?
So you see my fingerprint?
Yep.
That's,
Yeah.
if you just touch it, you can still see through it. That means you've got the right amount on it.
And if you can't see it, then you have too much.
Yes, and if you do, just take a shop towel or a paper towel even, and just kind of just wipe off the, like, just wipe off your excess like this. So you just take off any extra that you'd have on it. And then another trick with that liquid white or liquid clear is later on when we do highlights on trees, you can mix that because a lighter paint sticks to a heavier paint. So the stuff we put down first, like our big trees, that would be heavier. And if you want a little bit of a lighter one, so if you touch it to get the highlight sticking out, I'll show you guys when we get to that point, but the liquid white's pretty cool stuff.
Cool. You guys saw him doing. I guess I didn't needed to mix mine. Mine's just clear. It looks like an oil.
Yours is what?
No, it's not. It doesn't look white. It looks. It just looks like oil.
Did you shake it?
Maybe I didn't shake it enough. I just opened it.
Yeah, just stir it real quick.
Okay, I gotta go find something to stir.
The handle of your paintbrush and then wipe it off. That's what I do.
Oh yeah, you know it's real thick on the bottom. I guess I needed to. I didn't stir
You
it.
needed
I just
to stir it.
yeah, I just opened it right before I got on here, so it's not stirred. I see. Oh my goodness.
Well, do you know what? While you're doing that, if everyone else wants to get Prussian blue and alizarin crimson, so you got the red and the blue, and if you just want to squirt them out on your palette,
You gotta wait for Charlene, honey. She's trying to stir up the,
That's okay. I'll
I'll-
try to
I'll-
get caught
I'll
up.
go
I don't want to hold up
so-
everybody.
What,
Yeah,
what
Mom.
kind
Kind
of,
of work right now.
what red did you say?
Alizarin crimson.
Crimson?
Yeah, it's the alizarin crimson, and it's kind of a burgundy color. So I'm going to pull it out so you can see. So
Yeah,
we
I
got
don't see it
red.
very well.
So there's blue and there's red. And we're going to start with the red color. I'll wait till Charlene catches up, but I just wanted to show you. And what I like to do is like, I'll squirt some out and then I'll pull it with my knife. And then that way you can put your brush into it. And you probably should clean them off between red and blue, but I didn't because I'm just that way. Everybody's got baby wipes. I go to the grocery store and buy a whole bunch of baby wipes at a time. They must think I've got a newborn. Got like 4 or 5 packs of these laying around. I use them constantly.
Wow. Hey, Tammy, this knife works much better than what I had before.
it looks like a spatula, Pamela.
Yeah, I have like what he had. The other one I had before was like a plastic knife you would get from a,
Oh,
it was
It looks-
sad.
looks
Yeah,
like
the
it
metal
makes,
the metal ones are way better for sure.
Yeah. But it was still odd shape. It wasn't like shaped like this. This is much easier.
Yeah, was it like this one?
Yeah.
I got a plastic one here. Yeah, these are.
It just
These are
made me
better.
think I wanted a piece of pie. That's all it did. It didn't do anything for me, but make me want pie.
Okay, it's white now.
Okay.
The miracle.
Yeah, yeah. I'm okay. So I
Okay,
need to
everybody.
take the palette and I need red and blue. Okay.
So yeah, you want alizarin crimson and then Prussian blue.
Okay.
What we're gonna do is with the same brush, because there's white on it, doesn't matter. I'm just gonna go into this a little bit and get both sides of the brush. So see how I
Red.
kind of, you can just push it right into there like that. And that'll get all your bristles full of it.
Do you mix them, Stephen, or just separate?
This is blue and this is red.
Okay,
We're just gonna work on the sky right now and the water.
okay.
So, and here's another little tip too. Whatever you kind of do upstairs, same as below. So as we do our reds, we want to put a little bit of red down here. And if with the blues, it doesn't have to be exact because we're going to blend it all together anyway. But you look at the picture, you'll see there's red in the sky, but there'll be also red in the water or pink in the water because this is going to look pink when we put it on. See? Once you start blending it all in. But what's that?
I said I put red and blue on my paintbrush, so I'll
you-
take it off and start over.
Pull it
Well,
off.
if
Good
you just
red.
want to clean your brush out, and,
Yeah.
and I'll show you why we want to do that, because we're going to do red in spots, so like a little bit here, say a little bit here, and then down in here. And see, we're not going to need a lot because we have the liquid white down. And then what we do is we just make little crosses and blend it.
Too much of it.
And see, you just make little X's and see how it turns, it blends out and turns different.
Shades.
Yeah, you just want different colors. So you just kind of can be random and put them. But you don't need a lot of paint on your brush because it's going to be, like I said, we're going to be putting it down in here. And then on the bottom part, like if you just want to push it across this way, because we're trying to put it across like the water would be. So these ones are going to be more puffy because we're going to put clouds and everything in here.
And this one's kind of blurred. You're good at copying.
And then you want to clean your brush out and get rid of all the red on it afterwards. So when you have something that looks kind of like this, just clean your brush out.
Kinda.
I know. Mine is red. And that's about it.
Is it super red?
Yeah, no, I mean, the color is the right color, but even my clouds don't look like yours much, but
Yeah.
That's
Well,
okay.
It
so
all
this is just,
fixes in the end.
yeah, this is just background. So now what we're going to do is clean off our brush. We have a clean brush and get rid of as much of the oil and junk out as we can. And then go into the blue. Same kind of, and this blue is really powerful. So wherever there's kind of like white spots and in the corner, see how dark that is? And just kind of put it around. And as it mixes, it'll turn kind of purple too. So you can kind of work it together in spots, but you don't need very much of it because the blue is really powerful.
brush.
And then in the water, we want to put the blue as well. So we're going to be doing across. So start on the edges and bring it in.
Trying to get all the glue out.
I think I got too much glue.
And see the liquid white, the more that you move it around, it'll dull the blue out so it doesn't look as dark. So like the bottom probably last, or the bottom third, you just want to go straight across. But you see how I got pink and purple colors throughout the whole thing? And that's by blending the colors and using the brush together. So you go back and forth over it a few times, it's not going to matter. Is that making sense, or have I lost you already?
Makes sense. Mine just a little dark. There we go. Now it's going.
And see how it's kind of a mess up here? I just start with my brush and I just start doing little circles all the way around everything to kind of paint it all and blend it together. This is where you get an arm workout. So
I
it's
was
all-
just thinking that.
It's actually painting and working out with Steve. Yeah, sometimes my arms get tired from painting and it's like, man, oh man.
I don't know how my grandmother did it.
But you can see as you blend it all out like this, how you can kind of put the clouds together. And basically we just want to cover the whole canvas with what we're doing. So we're going to take the next step, will be making clouds over top of everything. So this is just a background. So if it's too dark even, don't even worry about it, because if it's too dark and you don't like it, let me show you really quick. I'll just do a spot. You can get some titanium white, and I'll squirt some out here and show you. Okay, so I think this is a little bit too dark for what I like in this area. So just, even my same brush I've been blending with, I'll just tap on some white. And you can go in here. See how you can do that? So if it's too dark and you don't like it, just add a little bit of white to it and then just blend it through it. Does that make sense to everybody?
Yes.
Yeah.
So like I said, if you don't like it, you can add a little bit more white to this one. It's a little bit too dark. You just do little circles or X strokes like this. And then even in the water, if you want to put some, like, just run some white through it. Because what we're gonna do once we do the clouds, we're gonna put a mountain here, and then it's a little bit of trees, and this is gonna be a lake, and then there's gonna be a waterfall right in front. So it should look really cool when we're done.
So you're saying run some titanium white through the water?
Yeah, see, like if you want to get a little bit of white on your brush and you just want to do a couple lines across like this.
Uh-huh.
Wow, it's okay.
I don't need to clean my brush though, right? No.
Not with the white, but between the red and the blue, like after you're done with the red, clean your brush and then grab the blue. And then you can blend them together. So it'll do red and blue will give you a purple color.
Yeah.
So you see that you've got a nice mauve kind of but you still have your blues and you still have
I'll
your
get that
pinks.
layered look.
Oh, I just missed. I think I have the wrong kind of brush.
Yeah, I do too.
Yeah, that's what I was going.
I'm
Mine's
gonna blame
not
it on the
looking-
brush.
Tammy, you and I know about that, don't we?
Yes.
Yeah, and then once you got to this point, if you want, just brush over it lightly. Get out any strokes. If you have any little pieces of brush in it, you can kind of just push it out like that. I
Mine's a
had
mess. Mine's too dark.
I'm done.
Mine's too
I'm not doing
dark.
any more. I like it just the way it
One
is.
part up and then we get it all.
Mine's a mess. It's too dark.
Stupid.
Hey guys, it all comes out eventually. Don't get discouraged. 'Cause ask Tammy, mine looked pretty rough.
They're not looking at my canvas.
Yeah, no, ask Tammy. Mine looked pretty bad until the end.
Yeah,
Did
it's
a great job. Don't let her fool you.
yeah, because most of the stuff will all be covered up by we're gonna have big trees up in the front covering a lot of it. The mount will be in there. So this is just kind of some background so that people can see, hey, the sky has some action to it. And as you can see, we got pink, pink, blue, blue. It kind of all goes together.
I think this is okay.
Mm.
And do you know what? The most important thing is to have fun. It doesn't have to look like mine. Just make it your own. It really doesn't matter. That's the
It
fun
helps-
part. You can
I
make it
find it
look
helps
like,
if you stick your tongue out.
Thanks, Pam.
You're welcome. Hey, anytime I can give you non-professional tips.
everybody pretty close to us or caught up.
Oh, no.
So I think I'm
Well,
good. I like your little white line that you have in the horizon. I'm gonna copy that. Sort of.
Yeah, and see, that's just, I didn't put very much paint in there because
Yeah,
we're gonna
see,
be,
I think I did.
I filled it.
well, you know what? That's another thing too. If you think you have too much paint, just wipe it off. See?
Oh, oh,
And
good.
just take a rag and wipe it off.
I got lots of them right here. Oops.
Yeah, that's the thing with paint. If you don't like something, you can scrape it off or you can wipe it off. You can do both.
Bettina, are you sleeping yet?
Yes.
No, almost.
I think
So
because
nice
I
to
wiped,
stay up.
I washed my brush off and then I think I still had stuff on it. So my whole painting's starting to drip, like
Yeah,
melting.
make sure that your brush is really, really cleaned out and take a paper towel on it. See, this is how I do it. I just have I have the thinner in here and I just go through the brush like this a lot. So you're wiping it down. And then when you're done with it, you just take, I don't know if you guys have the beater box or not, like I do. I just tap it out and then
Oh.
it's. You know,
I
I'm doing
didn't
that?
see that, a beater.
No, when you said beater box, I went and got my radio.
Yeah, it's just a garbage can with a little rack in it that they had for, I think it was $7 or something at Hobby Lobby, where you can do work it out, paint it all out. And then I just take a paper towel and I just go like this with it.
Yeah, I guess I need to do that more, but
Yeah, you want to get as much of the thinner out of it because what it'll do is it'll thin your paint down.
Yeah.
So when you put it on there, then you'll have runs because it's thinner, right? It's paint thinner.
yes. I did have thin runs.
Yeah.
Oh,
Like-
well.
And if you,
I
if you
just
have
say it's fluid.
the same thing, just take your rag where that went and wipe it off or just blend it in. So if you see how to run here, just kind of blend it in. And then your paper towel will take the excess off of it. If you know what I mean. And then you could paint over it again. You could reblend it or whatever you want to do.
That is the benefit of oil, so that it doesn't dry too quickly, and you can
Yes.
always work something else into it.
Yeah. Yeah, so as long as you have something like this, and another thing that this is a little tip that I learned, less is more. So the less amount of paint, the better it is, because it moves with that liquid white underneath it. It really moves. You don't need to put a lot of paint on it, and you just work it around, and it's better. And if you're too wet, you can just put, like I said, like if I'm not liking it because it's too wet, I take a paper towel and I just tap it off. That's all you do. Like mine's not too wet, but I'm just showing you it doesn't hurt it. But you can see where I tap. See how I got those little lines and stuff? And I'm still not too concerned about that because I want to put clouds across here anyway, and then we're going to blend them out. And that's what we're going to go to next with the fan brush. So,
Well, keep trying.
yeah, just it's a lot of practice and fun, but as long as you kind of get the technique down.
I'm not sure I do.
So I can kind of see everybody on my laptop. Hi. Kid, get out of the way.
I'm gonna turn my lights on.
Much better.
So are you guys ready for me to show you how to do the clouds?
Yes.
Sure.
Yeah.
So we want to get the fan brush, and then in the white, you just want to push it into both sides like that. See how I'm kind of wiggling it? And then I usually start up on the corner with the corner of the brush, and I just make little circles. And you want to keep your brush always moving, and then you can start pushing it around and just push it in.
Which
Into
size
the-
fan are you using?
This one's a 12. It's a big one.
Oh, okay. All right.
But-
The big one.
Yeah. Are you guys all on 16 by 20 canvases?
Yeah. I am.
Okay. This is an 18 by 20. I got a bigger one so I could show you a little bit better.
Oh, okay.
But,
Yeah, I had an 18 by 20, and I said, nah, it was too much. So,
and then then you reload your brush again, and don't worry about it getting a little bit of red and blue on it, because that's going to be okay. And then just wherever you want to put clouds, you just kind of work little circles with your brush and push it in like that. And then I want to have some coming up here. Maybe another one rolling in here. There's different techniques to make clouds, but this is kind of how I like to do them. You can put them in anything. You can use a 2-inch brush. You can use a whatever brush you wanted to. But once you put them down, you can get like a 1-inch brush or a 2-inch brush. And then on the corner, on the bottoms here, you just want to make little circles. And what you're doing is you're blending up the bottom of the cloud. And that gives it kind of a shadow look. So like in real life, that's kind of how clouds, if you look at them, they're darker underneath. You see how I'm doing that? And then on this side.
kind of brush do you have now?
This is a 1-inch brush. You can use
The
a
1
2-inch
inch.
brush. Yeah, you can use a 2 inch as well, but 1 inch is a little easier to get into. And then you just you get little hairs in mine. Yeah, and once we have those clouds in like that, you can just go like this really lightly. You just kind of lift them up. However you think they should go, like so it looks more natural, like they're not. You
My
just
paint's coming
kinda-
off when I try to put my, let me dry it.
Yeah, you might want to try your brush off again if you got too much on it.
Well, even if I try to lay it down, my red's coming off onto my white.
Yeah, mine is too. I got blue in my clouds.
But that's okay. You can just add more white over top of it. If it's too wet and you think you have too much on it, just take a paper towel again, just wipe it off and just do it again.
Yeah, it's just not.
So how's everybody's clouds looking?
Non-existent.
Not like
Not as good as yours.
No, no, I don't know if mine looks like clouds.
My pinks, so if the pink parts on mine are too dark, should I just go over all of them with white or what?
Mine looks
Can
a little
I-
bit too dark too.
Mine are way too dark.
Okay, your white is too dark, or your
No,
blue and
my
your-
pink parts I made, they're kind of like, they look funny. Even to my eye. Maybe I'll try this little one.
Well, if it's too dark, you can take a paper towel and you can wipe it off again too, and then do it over again. Like you could add more white to it, more clouds. And if you find that your brush is getting too red and blue and you want more white, just rinse your brush out really quick.
That one looks, I fixed
Well,
one.
I don't think you have a brush. I think you have a wand or something, a wizard or something.
If it's too white, just get it, rinse it off, and then wipe it off through your towel, and then just add more white again. See, then go back into the white. Here, I'll do another one in here. So see, I just make little circles, and I'm just kind of moving the brush around a little bit here and there. And then, like I said, this is a 2 inch. I used a 1 inch last time. I just take the corner and I just make little circles on the bottom half of the cloud. So I'm just doing that. And then I lift them up and then just kind of go across it, and that kind of blends it all together. Man, one of my brushes is really leaking hairs.
Oh, that's a tiny bit.
So it's official, Tammy. It wasn't the brush, it was the artist.
I'm just here to see if I am an artist. I'm not going to claim to be.
Yeah, and just make the clouds however you want them. There's no, you ever look at a set of clouds that doesn't look right? They never are the same. They're all different.
So blotch is okay. I think it's got a blotch.
Yeah, and if you find it's blotched, try just to do little circles on the bottom half of it. Like, just like, see how I'm doing this? And that'll blend it out so it looks kind of more like a shadow underneath it.
Yeah.
And then again, just kind of lift them up. just really lightly lift them up, and that'll. And you know what? If it wasn't online, I was right beside you guys. I could show you it a little easier. And here this is, but hopefully you can kind of see what I'm doing.
Yeah, I can see. It's just
I
not.
can see what you're doing, but I can't duplicate it, how you're doing it.
But that's okay.
Amen.
It's just practice, and it'll come, because this is just going to be a mountain over top of this, and there's going to be trees up the side. So I wouldn't be too concerned about what the background looks like. We want to have like indication that there's clouds up here. You can see them. There's sky. And as you get like the coloring, like you can see this really looks pretty already. Like that looks like a really beautiful sky, right? Like if that was really pink sky like that, it's pretty. So later on, when you guys become professionals, you could sell them.
Yeah.
People like pink in the pictures. Like it just adds something to it. Get a drink of water. Yeah, and don't overstress about anything. It's supposed to be fun. So we're just having fun, and don't worry about it looks like now, because when we're done, they'll look good.
Okay.
I promise.
Got a lot to cover.
One big tree.
I have a lot of trees. Have more trees than Steve's. Oh, of course.
How are you doing, Tammy, and your daughter?
Do what?
How's your daughter doing? And
They're doing good. They're frustrated, but they're doing good.
they're
That's
good
frustrating.
frustrated.
I can
I
see.
am there myself.
Y'all are so competitive.
Happy little clouds.
Happy. I don't know if they're happy. They look pretty sad.
Mine are more turbulent clouds.
Yeah.
Mine are moody.
Yeah, and if you find you put paint on, like I said, you can just dab it off. Just take a paper towel and dab it off, and you can do it again.
Yeah. I can see why my grandmother went back and kept repainting her paintings.
You guys are so funny. Okay, now what am I doing?
I am just going to add some more thinner to my stuff here.
It's very blue.
If I rub the thinner over my body, will it make me thinner?
That would be a good use for it if it would.
The more thinner you use, yeah.
I'm gonna just call it. It's fun.
Yeah, see what I do after I whack them out, I just kind of take my paper towel and I dry as much off as I can on it.
I just trying to smiley face.
Do with that.
So you guys almost ready for the favorite part of everybody's? Doing mountains?
Yep. Because this is not going to get any better as I keep going.
I know,
Yeah.
it's just getting worse.
Sometimes it's better off just to leave it alone. Okay, so what we're gonna do now, we wanna make a dark color. So we've got the blue and we've got the red still on our canvas, and I add some black. So what I wanna do is I wanna work all this together, and it'll give us a kind of a dark purpley color that almost looks black. So I just mix the red, the blue, and I add some black to it.
I think I just used too much paint. And just a tab of black or,
Yeah, just a little bit of black, and then
Maybe
you
that's
wanna-
just it. I can do-
and you want to pull it out like this and have it nice and thin.
oh, I used too much black.
But see, basically you put all the colors together and you mix it, turn it over, and just pull it out. And then you want to have the paint kind of flat like this. See how I'm pulling it out like that? But the color should look black almost, but it's the dark purple color.
I don't know, I might have too much black in
Mine
it.
looks black.
Yeah, mine looks black too, but see what we're gonna do is we're gonna put in however we want to have our mountains to look. And this is what we're worried about, making our edge with it. So if you can get your black, pull it out like this, and then I like to clean it off after I do my mixing, just so I have a fresh blade to start with.
I'll make thin. Oh, mine's purple.
Yeah,
Now, yeah, it's a pretty purple.
Yeah. It'll look black on here, but when you start putting it on, and then do you guys remember is everybody here last class too when we did the mountains?
I
No,
remember.
I was not here.
Okay,
This is my first time painting.
oh, okay. Well, once you have it pulled out like this, you want to take your knife and just go across it so that you have a little, see how I did that?
Mhm.
Did it just on the edge of it, but you've got a roll of paint here.
Got a roll of paint.
Yeah.
Okay.
Once we have that roll, we want to figure out where, so we want to have the mountain kind of in the middle and fairly big. And you can have a little one in the background here too. I'll show you this really quick. So this is kind of what we want it to look like.
Oh.
So you see how big I have the mountain?
Oh, wow.
Oh, here.
Okay.
You guys can do it. Wait till we're done. You'll be like, wow, I surprised myself.
Yeah, well, thanks for the vote of confidence there.
So I'm going to start up in this corner, put a littler mountain, and I'll show all that we're concerned with. So I've got my rolled edge. You guys can see that.
Uh-huh.
Just put it in. Doesn't matter if it's over the clouds. I'm just going to make it up, a little bit of a peak, and you just pull it down. And then you can scrape it off. See what we're concerned about is that top edge. That's what we're looking for. Is however you want to build that. And then we want to try to scrape off some of this paint. So can you see how I have a little peak there?
Yeah.
And I'll show you on this little one first, and then we can work on the big one. But then what you want to do is you want to take your brush and you want to pull the mountain down. So we're pulling this out.
Mine's not as,
Is that the 2-inch brush?
What's that?
Is that the 2-inch brush?
This is the 1-inch brush.
Right.
And you can use the 2-inch brush too. One's your 2-inch. But we're just pulling this down into here because we're going to make this look like it's into the cloud. So you don't want to have a lot of paint into here, but you can see how it kind of blends down and out.
No, mine bended into the blue. Mountain turned blue. The blue mountain.
So that's okay. Because this is going to be,
Mountain Majesty.
this is just going to be our back mount. Then we're going to build another bigger one that goes across here. But I just want to kind of show you guys, seeing if I don't like that pink, I can go in here and add.
I'm gonna adapt some of this blue because I know that's it.
And the reason that we pull it down like this, you guys, is that gives us the look of a kind of a shadow coming down. So, and you just kind of shape how you'd want your mountain. So I'm pulling it this way because it's kind of leaning this way. This side, I'm pulling it this way. And you can almost see your little peaks when you pull it out. Like you can kind of see where everything's kind of laying out. Can you guys see that on yours?
This works. Ooh. Huh. I have more.
Mine's a special mountain.
Well, do you know what? I'll show you like the next thing that we do, just so you guys can see how we put snow on it. So using the same white, you do the same thing. We want it to have it pulled out like this. I'm just gonna make a little roll again. See how I got the roll on the end of the paint? Or the and then if you can see this okay, you just go on it. You just barely touch it and let it roll off of your knife.
I don't know how you manage.
And see, I try to do it as flat as I can up to the canvas, and I just pull it down wherever I think there's going to be some snow. And you want like little parts in the snow so it looks like there's little like cliffs and little things in there.
Just trying to get a clean spot to put my white down.
So you just touch it, see how light, how I'm holding it? And it's just really light. And you can put it up onto your edge and just pull it down.
Ooh, all right, white. Yeah. Kind of partial to blotches.
So I'm just going to show you guys like the next part of this, and then we can work on the mountains. So you want to take a little bit of your black, blue, and red mixture you have, and just like take another spot over here, and add a little bit of white to it. And what this does, this is your shadow color, so it's a darker. So see how I'm making kind of a blue color here. Kind of a blue gray. See that different in color?
Mm-hmm.
So just add white to a little bit of that other mixture that we made with the red and the blue and the black. And here I've got kind of like a bluish color here. And you can make it as light as you want it to, or keep it as dark as you want to. And what this is basically, it's called a shadow color. So wherever there's some dark, you just want to kind of touch. And if you make a mistake and you think you have too much snow, you can go back into your dark color. See how I'm doing this? Into the dark. And you can go back into here and just touch where you'd like to put some dark.
We're in a drought year. We need all this snow.
Right? So you can kind of see that. And you can alternate between all three different little colors. So I want a little bit more white here. I'll just touch in a little bit of white, make my own little.
I'm proud of it.
Right.
And sometimes it helps to clean off your knife in between too. So if you just want to take a paper towel, just in between, like if you're going onto your canvas, like just clean it off and start it over. That way you're not blending colors.
This is so bad. I think it's just hard for me to try to figure out how to. Doesn't look right. I think we put the white in there. Oh my goodness.
Having fun?
Yeah. My biggest thing is trying to figure out how to, I'm left-handed and I'm not very good with my right hand. And so I'm trying to get the right angles. It's just a challenge.
Mine just looks silly. I can't figure out how to make it look more realistic like a mountain.
I'm going with impressionistic art.
It takes time to learn how to use your knife, but like
Yeah.
putting on the snow.
Thanks for that.
You want to try to put it on as flat as you can and just kind of let that roll kind of fall off onto the canvas. So it's not like you're trying to push it on and gob it on. You're just basically touching it and just letting it take off of your knife. So I'm barely even touching this. I'm just pulling it down.
It's just hard to get the right angle.
Yeah, but see how flat I have my knife and how I'm holding it?
Yeah.
It's almost flat to the canvas.
But
So
the knife is made as a right-handed knife. Now, no,
Yeah.
you never thought about that. So, and I'm trying to get the right angle.
And
without
see, even
looking out.
even if it's a left hand, so I'm not left-handed, but I'm left, I'll put it in this hand, I'll lightly hold it. I can put it up here. I can still pull it down.
So I got
It's
the paint on
It's
the
really
wrong-
hard. It's hard for me to do because I'm not left-handed, but you can see how I'm holding it this way and I'm just
Yeah.
pulling it.
Oh, I'm making it worse. I'm gonna stop.
Okay, well, do you want, I'll show you the next part, maybe it'll help too. All that we're doing is we're gonna take a brush and tap out the bottom of this, so make it look like it's more in the clouds, kind of faded.
Mine's gonna be all in the clouds.
Yeah. You see how I'm just tapping it? And if you want to, I like to add a little bit of white on my brush, and then you just keep tapping it into it. And you see how it kind of builds a. And you can bring that up into your mountain because it looks like it's in the clouds that way. So you're just tapping the bottom of this.
I think the difference is.
And so you can kind of shape what you're doing here with your brush as well. So you can bring it up. I want it to look that way, so it's kind of fading it. If I'm still too dark in there, I'll get some more white on my brush, and then just keep.
I have it right. Got some right here.
On this knife.
It's modern.
Mine turned out. to be a blue mountain. Huh. Didn't turn out dark enough. Black mountain.
And then you can do little circles after you tap too, just to kind of blend it all together.
So it's like a mountain. A hot band. Using some of the red back into my painting. It's just covered by blue. It's working. I like it. I think it's a mountain. Yeah. It's big old. Holmes Mountain's big. But it's not the size of the mountain that matters. It's the tectonic activity. Medium, small. Just right. No.
There's the two of us. We can make it if we try. That's my encouragement song. Just the two of us.
Oh my gosh. Every time I try to fix it, it gets worse. Oh, wow.
Are you
That's the
speaking-
universe's way of telling you it's perfect just the way it is.
Yeah, and you know what? It will be like you look back
I
at
doubt
it, and you just keep working on it. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to put some big mountains across here. So we got a little bit of time to work on the mountain part. Don't worry too much about this one because we're going to be putting a mountain. Then there's going to be trees and stuff coming up to it anyway. Here, I'll show you the other one again. See how big we have these mountains going through?
Not even close.
So there's going to be littler ones in front going across this way.
I'm going the wrong. Oh my gosh. I know what I'm doing wrong now. Let me wipe this off. You know what? I might just do finger paint.
Just going for it.
Is that your black paint with your blue in it?
Yes, it's the black. It's the same underneath color we did on these. So we're basically doing the same thing, but we're making them go across the whole canvas now. The little trick I do, so they don't look too peaky, is I'll go like this and then come behind it and then kind of bring it down so that it's not as peaky. Then you can make wherever you want to with your peak. So if it looks too peaky, just do a side one across it. So if I had one that was like too peaky like this, go across and bring it down. You see what I mean?
Yeah, I can see
And then you can bring it down. And this one, don't be afraid to scrape your canvas. Like these things won't break if you scrape on it. So you try to scrape much of this paint off. You're just kind of worried about the top line. That's what we're trying to get, because we're gonna be putting snow all down that part of it. You see what I mean? And you guys see how I'm pulling this out? Just bringing it down and pulling it, bring it up to the peak and pull. You want to scrape off as much paint as you can. We're just basically looking for the top line where our mountains are going to go. So you just bring it up to it and then just pull it out.
Okay.
But Tina, you're still awake.
Yes, I am.
What time is it there? 4 o'clock?
3 now.
3. Yeah. Are you 8 hours ahead of? You're 8 hours ahead of Canada and 7 ahead of LA.
9 of LA.
Oh, 9 of LA.
Yeah.
Okay. And 8 of. The further you come in from the coast, it goes less, doesn't it? Because you're going east.
Yes, I think so.
Yeah, but you're the same. You're the same time as Holland.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Many peaks.
This one.
What is your daughter's name, Tammy?
What do you think, babe?
What?
What do you think of this?
I like it. Just turning.
What is your daughter's name, Tammy?
Oh, her name's Caitlin.
Oh, Caitlin. Oh, with a C or with a K?
With a C.
CAITLYN.
CAITLYN.
Yeah. And she's out of school already?
Oh yeah, she's 28 years old.
Oh, you're 28. You look so young.
No,
Oh, hi. I'm Cassie.
no, this is Cassie.
Oh, that's Cassie. Where's your daughter?
Caitlin, come over here so she can't see you. You have
Oh,
to come over.
there you are.
She's way over here. But she's
Oh.
28 also.
Oh, that's great.
Oh, Mom, how come you're not painting?
I'm retired.
I'm retired too, but I'm
I'm retired too, but
I'm very tired also.
I'm tired too. Oh, I've got paints. I should be doing it, but
Yeah, you should.
I've got the hardboard, honey. I don't have the canvas, eh?
Well, you go up to Edmonton a lot, don't you? You can stop by a hobby store.
Yeah.
You do have paint though?
I've got oil paint. I don't have I don't have gesso. I don't have the.
You don't need. I'll get you a list of stuff to get, Mom. give you a hobby.
Yeah,
Yeah. You used to paint.
I know I did. But that was 100 years ago, Stephen.
Wow, you look amazing for 100.
That's a lot.
I want to
Yeah.
look like.
My mom's mom used to paint, and I would go to her apartment, remember in Wetaskiwin, and she had
Yeah.
her space set up as a paint room, and she'd be watching Bob Ross all the time, and I'd see her doing the stuff she did, and I was like, wow, those look good. Remember
But
she did all
Becca,
that stuff
Becca
too?
was really into it.
Yeah, no, I remember seeing her do it.
Becca was so, that's my mom. Stephen's grandma was really,
Becca?
she did pottery and everything.
So how's everybody doing? Are you feeling okay with this, or is it challenging?
I can't get the snow to go on right. It just looks
Even-
silly.
You know, I make everything a challenge.
Do you want to watch? Do you want to watch how I'm doing it again? So I got my knife clean.
Yeah, I'll watch again.
I've got the little, I got the roll.
I can get it on the thing, and that's about it.
Okay, and then see, I just barely touch it, and I let the canvas take it off of my knife. So I'm just pulling it down.
Okay.
You see, and so see how flat my knife is in my hands?
Mhm.
So I'm just pulling it down. Just touching it down. Like you barely have to touch it because the canvas will take it off of your knife. So if I'm over here and I want my slope to go, I touch it and then just kind of bring it down, just pull it. But see how flat my knife is? I hope you can see that, you guys. And you just pull it down and let it break in the canvas in the dark, or the dark colors. So you have it coming down. You see how I'm doing that?
Yep.
You just kind of you just lightly rubbing the knife on the, you're just pulling it through, and it takes it off, and it makes it look like mountains in the distance. Like, I'm almost like flat onto the canvas with my knife, just about, and I'm barely touching it, just pulling it.
Early touch.
Yeah, just very lightly, and it gives a really cool effect. And then also, if you go to your painting and stand back like 5 or 6 feet, you can really get a good look at what you're making. And it looks, when you're right up in front of it, you think, oh, I'm making a mess. But when you get back further, I'm like, oh, that looks pretty cool. I got some cool shadows here. So don't be discouraged at all. It's just technique and practice, you know.
Oh, I didn't like the brush.
Where,
It
where,
does take more than one time, I guess.
where are you all from? Where are
Well,
you?
this is Charlene, and I'm in Florida.
You're in Florida, Charlene, and
Yes.
Bettina's in Germany, and Pamela's in
Kansas City.
Kansas City.
I'm
And
in Los Angeles.
Sue's in Los Angeles?
Yes.
Okay. And where is Tammy from?
I'm about an hour north of Sacramento, California.
Oh, wow. So 2 Californias, Florida, Germany, and where did you say, Pamela?
Kansas City, Missouri.
In Missouri. This is amazing. Isn't this amazing that I can see you guys and I'm in Canada?
It is.
It is.
It is amazing.
A little bit mind blowing, isn't it? You go, wow, all of us can get together and do this.
So neat.
It is.
Well, I just hope you guys are all having fun, and don't be frustrated. It's supposed to be funny and fun and enjoying and the relaxing kind of.
Oh, I
Don't
get it.
Don't get
Salvador
stressed
Dali.
out. We're just having fun with
Salvador Dali had nothing on me.
They all look relaxed to me.
good.
Might be that glass of wine sitting right here that I'm.
That's what's missing.
Ooh, okay. You just have an aha.
I just had an epiphany. don't think I will be.
Oh, gosh. Oh, my gosh.
I'm gonna say I had like a tornado kind of wind snowstorm that put snow on all sides of the mountain because my directionality is all jacked up. But I can't figure out if I'm right-handed or left-handed.
I love snowstorms.
So do I when I'm watching them on TV.
Me too. I don't like no storm.
I
I'm in
love
Florida, and
storms.
that's the reason why I'm here.
But I don't
And,
like,
and you know what? This is just teaching you how to do techniques, and then you can make them look however you want. Like that's the cool part about paint. You can just do anything that you want to do, and you just practice. So I'm just trying to show you guys the technique on how to do it. So like
You're doing great, Stephen. I'm just being funny.
Okay.
Trying to be.
And
No.
I've never
And we
taken how to be,
appreciate this, Stephen.
and I've never taken how to be an instructor class. So I'm learning how to teach stuff too. Because usually I'm like, oh, just do this, but no, it's not that easy.
Well, my usual ploy doesn't work with this because usually I get the instructor to help me and paint it for me.
Oh.
And you know,
Well, we're better than the kindergartners I taught because they would have just thrown down the knife and said, I'm not doing it. It's too hard. I thought that, but I haven't stopped.
Acknowledge defeat.
But do you know what the cool thing is? If you get, painting and you really enjoy doing it, you don't ever have to buy gifts ever again. You just give away the stuff you do. You just give them as gifts.
Exactly.
Happy birthday again. Here you go.
And you do random visits to see if they scramble to pull the painting out. They make you wait at the door while they pull it out of the closet and put it up.
Or they regift it.
Yeah. It's stormy night.
I think it's because you're a very visual person. This is my theory. So you're kind of like, when they talk about sculptors, they see the statue and they get rid of the rest of the stuff. You're like already see where the mountain should be. Whereas I look at it, it's like I have no clue where to put it.
But you know what? I've been painting for 7 years too. So I've been doing this. I've had a lot of practice. Like I probably have 200 paintings laying around here. So everybody's getting Christmas gifts this year.
Come see me in 7 years and I might have this mountain done.
Yeah.
Yeah, give me 7 years.
I kind of am that way too. I would have liked to have maybe sketch like pencil or something, what's going to go where or what I was going to do. I kind of, it just
looks good.
This is kind
No, I'm gonna
creative mind.
I'm trying too hard.
I know, but like, there's this emptiness, right? Oh, I see. Hold on, I can fix this. Can I see?
No, no. It just
Yeah,
by scraping
and
it
you guys, I'm going to show you guys something too. So say I don't like this part right here. I can take my knife. I can scrape it all off. See how I'm doing this?
I just did. I'm like, oh, wow.
Yeah, you don't like it, just scrape it off and then you can put it back in. Like, so I didn't like how that was looking there. So I scrape it out and then you just do the process all over again. You just get your dark and you just remake what you were doing before, right? So here, see how I did that? So if I didn't like part of this, I can go back in. And that's the nice thing about like oil paint. It doesn't, you can work with it. You don't like it, you just scrape it off and do it again. So here we go. It's not that I didn't like that part. I just wanted to show you guys.
Oh,
So see, that's what I mean. Like, even if you don't, it doesn't matter. If you don't like something, just you scrape it off and do it again and clean it out. You take your brush and you just pull it out again. Like, so if you feel like you have too much snow maybe on there or too much, you know, whatever, you can scrape part of it off and put more on it. And
I'm just going to, for very snowy maps. See if
Going
that,
from fogged in mountains. Oh. Yeah, I think that looks.
I'm proud of you guys.
thanks,
Well,
Mom.
thank you.
I think it's great that you're pursuing this. I think it's wonderful.
I think it's wonderful that Stephen would put up with that.
What's that?
I said, I think it's wonderful that Stephen takes the time to put up with that.
Yes, she is.
Oh, no, it's fun. Eventually, I'd like to be able to get good enough teaching that I can go like to kids, those hospitals, maybe if there's kids that want to learn how to paint or
Children's hospitals, that'd be wonderful.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
or even cancer centers or old folks homes, maybe. I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
But I might want to try to get the Bob Ross certified, even though I don't like the Bob Ross company, just so I can learn how to teach and be better at teaching. Because I see the techniques and I've used them and I practice them, but maybe sometimes my communication isn't great, like to explain what I'm doing. I hope you guys can kind of see and understand it. It's difficult when you look at somebody that's been doing it for a while because you try to match it, but it just takes practice. So you just make it look the best you think you can do with it. And like when we're done, you can even go back and touch it up later. Like you can still work on these things. That's what I've had paintings, I work on them for a few days and I don't touch them for a few days and I come back and you can paint right on, go in again. So if you see something you don't like later, like, oh, I want to add some more here. Or that's the kind of cool stuff that you can do with painting. So it's never finished. You can add whatever else you want to it when you're done. That's kind of a cool thing about it.
so when you started, did you do like with Bob Rossi on TV, did you do the whole painting or did you just work on the mountains or work on the clouds or?
No, what I would do is I would start the video and then I would get to a certain part, like I'll watch them do the sky and then I try to do it and I'd rewind it, watch it, rewind it until I was happy with it or I thought it was okay. Then I'd watch the next part. And what you want to try to do with painting is whatever you do up top in the sky, you kind of want to match it if you have water in the bottom. And then you want to start in the back and work your way forward. And then the more, like we're going to put dark stuff up in front and it'll push the trees, it'll push it back so it looks further back. So this mountains look pretty huge, but don't worry about it because we're going to have, it'll be all, when it's all finished and done, you guys will see what we're doing and it'll be like, okay.
I don't think I have enough mountains actually.
Ain't no
Go.
mountain
I don't have enough mountains.
You know, I didn't go all the way across like his.
Yeah, mine don't go that far. They did
There'll
last
be a
week.
tree in front of it eventually, don't worry about it.
No, but there's a big gap. There's like I gotta go at least one more mountain or I won't get to the little
I
one.
think I'm gonna have to do that.
And you know what? Maybe next time we do this, if you guys want to do another one, maybe I'll do a little bit more simpler one. The mountains are kind of hard, like they really are. So maybe the next time we'll do trees and some fields or something that's just a little bit more easy.
I don't need those.
Maybe that was my fault. Maybe I should have picked a little bit
Oh,
easier.
no, this is fun.
That's okay. That's good.
We need to learn
Challenge.
how to use the tools.
Yeah, challenge us. That's good.
Yeah, challenging.
Yeah,
Be comfortable with being uncomfortable.
there you go.
Good.
Yeah.
But as long as you guys are having fun, it's about having fun and enjoying yourself. It's not what it looks like. When you're done, it's the first one or second one you've done. It's like, wow, but later on, if you keep doing it, when you after a year, you'll look back, this is my first one. Now look how good I got, you know? So you got to, it's like taking a before and after picture of when you lose weight. You know, you look back, it's like, wow, that's what I look like now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So this
Yeah.
this is your first before pictures.
Okay, yeah, before. It's a
Yeah,
good-
and the same thing too, like I said, like if you feel that you have too much paint on here, like you can like scrape it off, but you can also take a paper towel or a shop rag and just you can touch it out. You see how I'm not afraid to take extra paint off of this? So if I have too much of it, I can just because I want to do the same as I did here, is I want to tap the bottom out of it so that it looks like we're in fog. And that pushes the mountain back further too. So
I finally figured it out.
So what do you have on your brush now to make it look like fog?
Magic.
Are you just using a dry brush?
yeah, I just got a clean dry brush and I'm just tapping the bottom of it. And you can go up to it, and what that does is that gives you that look like you're blending out the bottom of it. And if you want to add a little bit of white to it, you can add a little bit of white. See how I just added white? And then you can do little twirls and it'll just kind of blend it in to look like more clouds. So I like to tap the bottom of it out first and then maybe add a little bit of white to it. But you can see by doing that, how that makes that look like we're in fog. It's kind of cloudy at the bottom of the mountain.
My mountains went to Catholic school. They're very rigid. They are like, or actually military school. They're all like all in a line.
I think we need brush there. Water or whatever it is. Yes. Cleaner. Oh, that's really this makes more sense.
Tammy, you have to show us. You're laughing too hard.
It's okay, we're
I'm
done.
laughing at my daughter.
We have a technical issue. We're okay.
Well, Tammy, you said that was me the whole time last time.
We are gonna be okay.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I'm quite proud of us.
I was always taking breaks to wash my hands.
Go away.
Let me go fix that.
Can we?
Oh. It's in the bottle right over there, Kate. In the kitchen.
Batman.
Oh.
Oh, okay.
Oh my god. I had put paint thinner in containers for her to wash her brushes.
Uh-huh.
And she goes, I go, maybe you need to go put some different one in. She goes, well, I did. And I go, what? And she goes, yeah, I put water in it. And I go, no.
Oil. Water and oil don't mix.
This explains everything.
It's possible that I may have fucked up.
You guys, oh my gosh. Oh. I'm telling you, that's never a dull moment at my house.
You make life fun and interesting.
You make it interesting, all right.
Make my dreams come true.
Is that a new mountain or is that just more mountain?
I'm just adding some more into it. You don't have to do this part. I'm just adding a little bit more to mine to make it look more like a.
I have a whole bunch of mountain that has no snow. So
There will be.
I'm not getting, I think my stuff's just too wet. Oh, I gotta use the clear, mix it with the clear and it'll layer the white. I mean,
I apologize. Let's see if this
Did you dump the water out for them?
Yes.
Okay.
Not that stupid. Pretty stupid. The color's moving. Yeah, it's good. Oh, you guys. You will prevail.
So is there anything I can, if you guys have any questions, like, is there anything I can answer or try to help you with? Or
Paint a Yeti on top of the mountain.
what's that?
just
To
Bigfoot.
guide us through adding a Yeti to the top of the mountain.
Yeah, you can do whatever you want to. It's your world. You can make a village if you want to on it.
Stephen, we have about half an hour left.
Oh, that's
Oh.
never gonna be enough time to rescue my mountain.
Oops.
Half an hour left. Okay. Yeah, this painting probably was too much for the time limit. Okay, we're done. No.
Mountains in the sky, I like it. I can do that. I'm okay with this.
So are you guys, how far along are you? Pretty close to getting that done so we can
Yeah.
just show you the rest of the stuff really quick and then we can kind of work on it. Is that okay?
Yes.
Because we only have a half an hour left, so I'm gonna try to get as much jammed in here as we can. I didn't realize time went that fast already. So what you want to do is you want to clean up your palette here a little bit because we're gonna use some green and some black mixed together. So we're gonna make a tree color. So sap green. Everybody has sap green.
Yeah.
I believe so.
Yep, I have sap green.
Okay, so you want to get some sap green. Here, I'll show you what I'm doing here. I can clean up some more of my canvas here for just a sec.
Could have gotten those tearaways palettes. Oh lordy.
Are we gonna use the fan brush or which one?
Yes. Yeah, we use the fan brush. So I'll show you what I'm gonna do with here the sap green. Just, you wanna put probably equal parts of green and black. I'll show you here in a second. Just get it squirted on my canvas here. Okay, so I just have green and black, and I'm just gonna, that's why you don't hold your canvas up vertical. There we go. And then just mix it together. And it'll look probably pretty black on here, but when it goes on the canvas, there's green to it. So just flip it around and then just make a pile of it and just work it together like that.
So is it like twice as much green?
I would say more green than black, but pretty equal parts.
Okay.
And if it's not dark enough, you can add more. If it's too dark, add more green to it. It's just whatever color you'd like to make it. Oops. Very good. Got black over my fingers now. Okay.
Welcome to my world.
Okay, so what we want to do now is with their fan brush, you just want to push it into it. And we're going to go across the whole bottom of this. But what you're doing is you just see how I'm kind of stabbing down. And what that does is it makes it look like there's a ton of trees here. And don't worry about the bottom because I'll show you what we're doing with that too. So see, I just load up my brush and you want to make them kind of uneven and different. See how I'm going up and down and around and over. And that just gives you the perception that there's a whole bunch of trees here. And you see where we go over top of the bottom of the mountain, so the fog kind of sticks through it, and it makes it look like there's mist in between the mountains and these trees.
They're too big.
So can everybody see kind of what I'm doing here?
Yeah, you're so fast.
Yeah.
No, but Tina told me to put the gun down.
So the time frame is just an hour, Stephen?
2 hours.
Pardon me?
It's supposed to be 2 hours, but
Oh,
we've been
2 hours.
yeah, it's kind of my fault. This is probably a little bit longer painting than I thought it would be. So I kind of apologize for that, everyone.
We were also cutting up.
So you can go longer if you want. It's your decision.
It's not a problem,
Well, if
but
you-
you're gonna,
No, except that I might fall asleep, but that's okay.
you might fall asleep.
Amber's just doing very well.
Well, do you know what? Hopefully this won't take us too much longer to do. But I'm just going to show you guys here really quick. I'm going to do the different steps and we can hopefully all get it. So what we're going to do now is we're pulling, you find out where you want your water line And see how I'm pulling this down into the water? You just want to go straight down.
Not much space between my trees and the water.
Yeah.
see?
uh,
And that makes it look like a reflection.
Got too much paint or cover or something on mine.
And then when you pull it down, you just want to get a clean brush and just really lightly go across the canvas like this.
We're going, where did you do that? Under the reflection?
Yeah, I took the brush and wherever I want to put my reflection, I'm just pulling straight down. And then you want to clean out your brush a little bit and then just go right across it really lightly. And that'll make it look like it's kind of blurred into the lake. See how, oh shoot. So that's what I just did.
Well, mine has a lot of pink behind my trees. So I think I'll go back in later and put.
So yeah, see what I just did? I spin around.
So I don't know how to fix. I guess it could be pink in the lake, a reflection.
Okay.
It's kind of pretty.
No. Oh no. See it on here. I'm gonna move this way. Slowly.
How come my lake is pink and yours is not?
Okay.
That's why you want your brush are dry. That mine was and I
You did what now?
see, look what I did to my painting.
Oh,
I had thinner on my brush and I showed you to go across it and I touched it and it was all thinner.
That looks kind of pretty though. It looks like the sun's reflecting off of it.
Yeah, I can fix it.
I don't think it needs fixing. It looks good.
I need to.
Now I lost all my, but
Okay.
I think I might have too much thinner on my brush. Gee, that could be it.
Got it. I need to redo my trees. Oh, that's great. I gotta put the blue back on here and redo the trees because of
To be pulled down, right? Yeah.
Having fun with the trees.
Oh,
are they
really?
coming for you?
Yeah, no, I mean, they look kind of tree-ish, so it's like, oh, okay, I'll play with my trees.
Man, that thinner just destroys paintings.
It just
does.
isn't.
I don't know why I don't like this new stuff. It's not coming off as out of the brush.
Okay.
actually, you know what I'm gonna do?
Okay, so now my leg's gonna look really black. Okay, everybody got trees kind of in there?
I got Mark.
Okay. The next thing we want to do with our knife is just like we were making the snow. You just get a little ribbon on your knife again. You see the little, and you just make a line right across where your shoreline would be. So you just kind of go across it.
More, much more like trees than one.
And you want to try to be as straight as you can to horizontal, and that gives you lines in your water. And you can just push them back and forth. And you can come out into the water here a little bit. Does everybody see that part?
Yeah. I'm just trying to figure out what's wrong with my paint.
Yeah, next time I'll get a little bit easier painting to do. I don't know what I was thinking. I thought this one wouldn't be too difficult, but mountains are tricky, and I still think you guys will all look fantastic.
Yeah.
So Stephen, not this time.
Remember, there's always filters.
It's amazing what you guys can do.
Oh, wow.
But do you guys see with experience, see how that got screwed up when I put that paintbrush on there? But I was still able to fix it, sort of thing. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Because what happened when I put that brush with the thinner, it just melted everything away. I didn't know it had thinner on it, but you can see what we did there.
It's a happy mistake, Stephen.
Yeah.
And the shoreline's the white, right?
Yeah, you just use white and you just like take your knife and just make lines across. You just touch it, and you can bring it down, bring it over, just kind of scrape it into the canvas. So basically, I make a little roll and just put it wherever. So you're making a shoreline in the background here. You can wiggle it a little bit into it. Okay, I'm going to show you guys what we're going to do next. You might think I'm crazy, but I'm not.
Well, you are, but
So on
exclusive.
our dark, like the dark blue that we made the mountain thing, you just want to load up your brush, and we're going to go across the bottom. And wherever you want your waterfall to be, we're going to bring it down.
Oh, yeah, I gotta get more of that. That's been evicted from my palette.
Okay, so yeah, so if you want to mix a little bit more blue and red and
Mhm.
black together, and then just bring it across. So this is what we're doing here. And what we're doing, we're blacking out the bottom because we're going to put water here, and then this is where the waterfall is coming down. And you want to have dark because we're going to put white water over top of it, right? So it looks like it's dropping down. And then we're just going to have some waves in here. Clear like mud.
Well, I got mud. There we go. Yeah. Whew.
Not as dark as.
My trees look kind of scraggly. I'll fix those later. So it's the blue and the red mixed together.
Yeah, and black. And do you know what? Honestly, if you have a dark enough blue, you could just mix black and blue together. We just
Okay.
want a dark color that has a tinge of blue to it, because we're going to add white over top so that it looks Actually, won't be a little bit higher.
Oh my God. I just looked at my hands.
Are your hands dirty?
What? I look like Blue Man. I could be on that Blue Man crew.
Oh.
I don't think I've touched my face yet. I don't think. I haven't looked.
It looks okay, Pamela.
Okay, thank you. But Tammy's like, it hasn't ended yet. It was a
I have it everywhere on my lips, on my shirt.
That was
I haven't
me.
my
That was
face yet.
me. That was me in Palm Beach. It was everywhere. Except where we didn't want.
Shorts.
Yeah. Well, my yeah, my leggings are not my art pants.
Okay.
So what I use 1 inch and you just paint in the bottom and it looks like a pier or something. Let me see.
Yeah, it looks like you just make a square.
Is
Uh-huh.
that supposed to be in the middle?
Yeah,
It doesn't
we're
matter.
in close to the middle. It can be either way you want to put it, but if you want to put it right in the middle, we're just going to basically build some land on each side of this and bring it up. So that's the next thing. But this is where we want our water, which is just going to be white. So when we put the white on our brush, here I'll show you really quick what the plan is.
Did you use the knife to put that on, or did you use the
I use brush.
Okay.
And with painting, if you want to have like white or a lighter color, you need to have a darker color underneath it.
So you can layer and have it stand out, right?
Yeah. So see, what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring water and just bring it down like this. And then with the water in here, we're just going to go like this to get some like a different color of water coming off of the river. So.
Are you still using that fan brush?
Yeah, it's a fan brush.
I gotta buy some more of them. I don't have that many and they get so dirty. What's another kind?
And at the bottom of the waterfall, you just push your brush in so it looks like there's waves. All that we're doing here. And then just go back and forth, like just little waves through here.
Or with the white. I don't do well with white. You would believe how many shop wipes I've used.
That and baby wipes.
And that's just.
Wow, that was like a great waterfall. You just used the fan. You just use the fan to do that whole thing right there.
What's that, sorry?
To do the waterfall right there, the water. Did you just use the fan
Yeah, I
brush to
just
do that?
took the fan brush and I just brought it straight down so it looks like water's dropping off of that.
Oh, okay.
And then
That's easier said than
on the bottom here, I've got too much paint on here, so I'm just gonna wipe some of this off. See how I just did that? I didn't like how it's sitting.
You just have fanned that on there too, right?
Yeah, I just used a fan brush and I made water with it. So
Yeah.
I'll show you that again here. I'll just dry this off a little bit. My color was a little too dark for what I like, but I will show you
Mine is
here.
way too dark.
Okay, so with the
My whole
water,
painting's too dark.
see with the waterfall, I start over here like this and just drop it straight down. So straight down.
Oh.
So you come across and drop it straight down. That way it looks like there's water dropping. And you don't want to do too much, but you want to have some of the dark coming through it. So it looks, and then at the bottom, you just push it in like this and that gives it, and you can bring it up just a little. That makes it look like the water is crashing down here. And then what I was doing for the waves, I just take it across and just kind of make little crisscrossy. So it looks like it's kind of a river that's like rough water coming off of it. Does everybody understand that part or see what I did?
Kind of.
So like there, so the water now looks like it's like that. Now, do you guys still have that green and that black mixture on your pellets?
Yeah.
Okay. What you want to do with that is you take a 1-inch brush
Mhm.
and we're going to build like a landmass in here. So it just basically, we're putting like cliffs or a green grass. You just push your brush in. And you can use green, you can use black, you can use brown, whatever you'd like to use for
And
this.
It can be.
It can be violet.
It
I was thinking the same.
that's what I was.
What's that? You're
I
cutting out.
started singing. It can be purple, it can be green, it can be violet skies.
It can be purple. It can be anything you like.
Wonder where you heard that from.
Yeah, sounds familiar. Aw, mine doesn't look right. What I did wrong. My land mass is too big.
Can't be too big.
I'll just make my waterfall bigger tomorrow.
And you just put it in here however you want your land to look. Like I said, I'm just making mine all I'm just randomly hitting it. And don't worry if you go into your water a little bit, because you can always go back in with your brush.
So you did all of that with a 1-inch brush, that whole grain, all that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and then I just stamped it in. across there. And then see
Okay.
on the bottom where the water is going to be, I just kind of blend that right into there. And if we had more time and Bettina wasn't like 4 a.m, I'd take my time with you guys, but I just want to kind of show you so you can see what we're doing. Sorry, it's not.
We'll blame Paul because he had his concert.
Oh, okay.
He's not here to defend himself. That's a rule. You're not
That's-
here,
That's not fair. He had a standard.
but that's the
concert.
rule. In the
That's a
military, if you weren't at the meeting, it was your fault.
Oh.
Or if you're at the PTA, if you're not at the meeting, they make you president. They elect you.
Yeah. Exactly. You get volunteered.
And then see, once you have that in there, I'm just getting some brown on my knife, some Van Dyke brown or whatever brown you want to get, or black even. And I'm just going through here. I'm just making little like indications, like there's some rocks in between some of these trees and down by the bottom of the where the water hits. See, I'm just randomly putting little pieces here that look like, so it looks like it's kind of on a cliff. And again, with my knife, I'm just touching. But you can see how I'm kind of doing it like at an angle. So it looks like it's kind of land in here and it's like got rocks in it. And I think Bettina's going to be putting this on YouTube too, you guys. So you can hopefully go back if you have any and take a look at it again and see.
See where I went wrong.
And then just at the bottom here by the water, you just want to have some brown or some black. So it looks like there's rocks or it's a shoreline. You see what I mean there, you guys? You see what I'm doing?
Yep, we're seeing.
Okay. And then, like I said, you can get as detailed as you want to with your water, with your rocks. You can have little things in here.
Then it was a black, you were doing the yeah, underneath the brown, it was brown.
Yeah, this could be browns, greens, blacks, however you want to make it.
So how did you get the lighter green in front?
White.
I just added some white to my brush.
Oh, you just added white paper.
Yeah, so I had the dark green, and then same even afterwards, I thought when I could add a little bit of white, just to show you here, you can do little bushes,
Yeah.
just little different things in here, just to give it some different texture and color. Or you could use yellow even. I'm just trying to show you some different things you can do here. So it looks like it's kind of bushy grass. And you just do it to however flavor you want it.
I have to call in sick tomorrow so I can finish this.
Yeah. I'm gonna get.
Yeah. And I wish we had more time with this. I'm sorry, guys.
Oh,
So
no, you're good.
what we're trying to do,
Okay.
put some trees up here and on this side here, and that will push everything kind of back and have it kind of in here. And the way that we make trees, you can do it this way too if you wanted to. But if you want to have a bigger tree, I just start with a line So I come down a little bit with it. So I see.
There's more.
And I want to have another one probably here.
I'm in a rolling chair and I'm rolling the paint across the floor.
Oh, no.
But I have a wipey dice that's working very well.
So this is where I think I want to have these trees, and this is how you make spruce trees. So you make your little line, and then I just touch the edge of my fan brush and go back and forth, like making little Z's. And I bring that all the way down. And then here's the other one I had. But you see how I just push it in and make it come down? You guys have seen me paint with my brother. You've seen me put these together too. But you just start with the line and then you just slowly go across with the corner of your brush. And you push it in and back and forth. Do you see how I do that?
Yeah.
But that's
Well,
you're
I'm a little bit
using-
further behind you.
What size fan brush are you using there?
This is the big one, number 12. It's the same one we've been using.
Yeah, I don't think I had got a
Yeah.
12.
Same
I
one you've
couldn't-
been using.
I couldn't find
I
it.
got a
Well,
bigger one, but not that big, so I'll have to.
I think
Yeah, or
mine's
you
small.
and you can use any size fan brush you want to. Like it's all the same technique coming down. And you can see these trees, they kind of cover up your sins, right? Like the ones in the
Yeah.
back, if you like see, this is where I screwed up the water. I can put this in over top of it. And then this is still going to be grass down underneath here. But I can come back afterwards and get like a yellow and I can make it look like
Violet skies.
yeah. But see, then I do that on this side as well. So, but you can see how by putting these up here, it pushes kind of everything back.
Mhm.
The mountains and everything's further away. And I've got, it looks like I have 4 or 5 on the side here. And I can even have one coming off of the, I wanted to have it look like it's coming off of here. That one's off screen.
How are you doing, Sue?
I'm doing okay. Some of it looks good.
Yeah, well, I'm just trying to show you guys kind of the technique so that you can go back into it and play with it later.
okay.
The one thing when you're not a real artist and you've never been able to draw, then it's kind of like, whatever I make, I'm happy.
Good. That's positive thinking.
Yeah, because I'm learning.
Yeah. And you always got to start somewhere.
Yeah. I think Grandma Moses didn't start painting till 80 or something.
She had a baby at 80, didn't she? At 90. No, Sarah had a baby at 90.
Wow. Well, I'm 73 and I don't think I'd have an energy for a baby.
No, that was Abraham's wife.
No, this is so
Yep.
far away.
So we're almost finished, I think, you guys. What I'm doing next is I just put some yellow down, and you want to do basically the same thing, but kind of over in different spots, and that gives it highlights. So it looks like the sun's hitting on some of the branches. And you can put that down in here to make it look like you've got grass growing, and it just kind of contrasts nice with the green that's down there, makes it look like grass. You can just push it up. Makes little grass blades.
Yeah.
I'm kind of far behind him. I'm not there.
Yeah. Uh-oh. My fan brush doesn't fan very well.
You put lights on, you got to remember that you don't want to take away all your dark green behind it, because that's what gives you the contrast of the highlight. So you can kind of see how I'm hitting just kind of one side of this. I hope you guys can kind of see what I'm doing here.
Yeah. My paint's not coming off my brush right to make the leaves.
Okay, you could add a little bit of paint thinner to your brush, just a little bit, and that will thin. The lighter paint will stick to your heavier paint.
Because I thought that was why it wasn't working. I thought maybe I had a little bit of paint thinner too much on my brush.
Is it not coming off the brush, or what is it doing?
Yeah, it's like not coming off the brush.
Yeah, you can add a little liquid white to it as well.
That's what I just did. I was like, thank you. I remember you said that last time.
Yeah, a little, it's lighter than the darker paint, and it'll come off your brush, and it'll stick to they say that light paint sticks to dark paint. So if you want it over top of anything, you want a little bit lighter, and that liquid white or thinner thins it down enough that it'll stick on top of your other. And then the yellow and the green mixed together, just any kind of color of green, that just gives you like a highlight color. So it looks
Right.
contrast to the dark. So it looks like there's different colors going on in here. And then, like I said, you can add it down into the grass too, just even using your fan brush. You see how I'm just adding little, just stomp it on here. You can make little grass things or whatever you want down here.
Can you sleep in, Bettina?
Yes, I can.
You can, eh?
Mhm.
Where are we time now, Bettina?
I won't tell you.
Are we,
I think
we
it's
over-
about, it must be 4:30.
No, are we-
4:15.
Are we at 2 hours or 15 minutes over? Shoot.
Yep.
Okay.
But that's fine. Don't rush. It's okay.
Well, I think this, like, we can keep playing with these all night long, but I just kind of want to show you guys the technique and where we're going with it to make it. I hope everybody can kind of see it. And then you can come through here afterwards and just touch the tops, make them look like
Wow.
there's some pointies in the back.
Yeah, you wouldn't think we were painting the same painting.
No. What class were you in? What class
It's
were you
got all
in?
the right, all the same elements, but it doesn't turn out the same.
No,
But no
Okay.
paint turns out the same.
Well, if you guys want to do this next, I'll do a way simpler one. I thought this one would be okay, but it's for the time. Like if we had a little bit more time and we could do it a little slower, I think that would have been better. But I'll pick something that's a little bit simpler so that it doesn't take as long. But at least hopefully you see how you make the sky, how you build mountains, how you make trees and grass and water, you know. I hope everyone kind of got a good grasp of it.
Yep.
Yeah. No.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm finally getting it. Oh, this is weird.
I'm gonna have to work on it some more tomorrow.
Yeah.
Are you gonna post that one that you just painted tomorrow? So that we can see?
This one here?
Yes.
Yeah, I can.
Yeah.
I might work on this a little bit more too.
Okay.
Because it's a little bit rough. But if you guys want to, maybe where can I put it? Do you guys have email addresses, or does
Yeah.
Bettina have?
Yeah. Yes,
Oh.
yes, or-
Yeah, I have
she
all
should have-
email
she should have.
addresses.
You should, yeah.
Yeah, I have
Or
all.
if you guys want to email me, I'll just give you my email. Just say this is whoever, and I just send the picture and I can snap it. Does anybody have a pen, or do you want me to? That's probably the easiest, I would think. Or Messenger, if you guys want to messenger me, like we're all friends on Facebook, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Just hit me in the messenger, then I can respond. I'll send you the picture.
Okay,
Does that sound good?
that works.
Oh, yeah. And then I'll just totally reproduce it tomorrow after a good night's rest. Uh-huh.
Yeah, I'm gonna Photoshop it.
But I
I
want to see them.
When you look at it, you're like, Pat and Pam make it look exactly like Stephen.
Okay, does everybody want to show theirs right now?
Yeah, I'd like to see it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll show you.
Right.
Fran wants to see everybody's painting.
Oh,
Well, it doesn't
sure.
look like Stephen's painting.
wow.
Well, that one's nice. Whose is that,
Tammy.
Tammy?
That's Tammy.
Oh, you guys
look
are,
at that.
I should have showed mine first. Mine
That's
This is
the worst
this is
one.
mine. This is mine.
You want me to show you guys?
Oh, wow.
You got it?
These are looking great.
I'm
I don't
working
know
on the
why you're-
trees. I'm working on the trees on the
Which one
side.
you guys-
Beautiful.
Here's mine.
That
I don't
looks
think you can see mine. Is there enough light?
Mine's got too much pink. Yours doesn't have pink like mine.
Okay, this is Caitlin's.
Oh,
Oh.
wow.
Oh, wow.
You guys, you did really good.
Okay, I'm trying to zero. Okay, there's mine. I
Oh,
can't
that's
see it.
pretty.
Wow.
Hold on, let me give you back.
It does look like a painting with mountains and trees. I'll give it that much.
I
Okay,
guess.
y'all ready to see mine? Don't laugh.
Oh, that's super.
Okay, here's mine.
Oh, that's great.
Oh, that's great,
Right.
Pam.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
great.
And this
How
is
did you get the
Cassie.
mountains to look like that? I
Me?
struggled with the mountains.
I cried. The teardrops.
I cried. I don't know how to. I think I need to do like a whole practice canvas of mountains.
I had to practice I had to redo them like I did the first time. I had to go back and scrape it all off. I figured out how to hold the knife. Oh my God, that's gorgeous.
This is Caitlin. I mean, this is
Oh,
Cassie.
Achiever.
That's
Oh, Achiever, I knew it.
Caitlin,
Ah.
that's nice.
Who is it? Who is? You know what?
Caitlin.
Yeah.
This is
Look,
Cassie.
she's got a whole
Oh my
mountain
God,
range
that's
there.
gorgeous.
Oh, cute.
See, you guys, so this is everybody's first paintings, right? Or second, maybe?
That's beautiful.
Does mine
That's
have
my
too much?
second one.
Nobody's
Look,
got pink.
that's-
Yeah.
I haven't put the yellow one. I gotta work on my watercolor.
Darlene, that's beautiful.
Or do I have too much pink in
I
here?
think mine improved. This is mine last time.
Stephen, do I have too much pink in here?
Yeah, your guys, everything looks fantastic on yours. Absolutely.
Oh, you
from
already
last
did
time.
mountains. You did already with the mountains, Pam.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, but I was pretending like it was.
Yeah, last time we did it.
And
You
then
guys,
this time, I think I
I
improved
think
on
you
my
guys all
mountain.
did phenomenal. I think they all look really great. Good
Oh,
job.
look at that.
Yeah.
Yeah, you see, I told you guys when you're done, it'll look better, right?
I don't know.
think you all did a great job. That's really great.
You all did great. Wow.
Yeah, that's the good
Yeah,
thing. You
I
can go
got a
back
good
and
deal.
paint week if you want to. You know, it doesn't matter. You can just keep painting over stuff and
Yeah.
Okay, so I fired my fan brush and started using my detail brush.
okay. You can use different brushes, just different techniques, whatever you get comfortable with. But I would suggest if you guys want to keep painting and doing this, really like watch Bob Ross and stuff. It's amazing how easy he makes it look. Like it's, but you guys
Yeah.
can see there's a process to it and practice, and just keep practicing on them. And hopefully you guys had fun with me today. I hope.
Oh, it was
Yeah.
great. It was great,
fun.
Stephen. It was lots of
thank
fun.
you.
Appreciate it.
Thank you so much, Stephen and Bettina, for making it
Yes,
happen.
thank you.
Great.
It was
It was a
fun.
lot of fun.
Appreciate
Thank
it.
you
enjoyed it.
guys.
Yeah.
I had
Bye.
class. Hope you guys learned something and had fun doing it. So I appreciate you guys.
Learned some lots and. had
Lots.
I
fun.
did learn that it's so worth paying you to do my paintings for me.
Well, I really appreciate all your support, everybody too. It's really cool that people like watching me do this. So, and doing it with
We
paintings.
appreciate the
Thank you.
time. Thanks for putting up with us.
Yeah, my pleasure. Have a good rest of your weekend, everybody. I'm gonna get going here, clean this up too.
All right,
So.
thank you.
Okay, thanks,
Night.
Stephen.